And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, in today's video we're going to of course be discussing the title, a huge revelation that does impact Liverpool. We are going to sort of get through that, digest it and pick the bones out of it of course, whilst also going through all the latest Liverpool news. Of course we are playing Lask in the Europa League tomorrow. We've got another game, yes, thick and fast. And a very important game as well. Of course, we did draw at the weekend. Our last Europa League game ended in a defeat to Toulouse. So it'll be good to bounce back to winning ways and really get that winning feeling going into this festive period, because games are going to be coming thick and fast all the way now until pretty much March. There's no international breaks now until March. And you know what the festive period is like. And Gary Neville, I think, said it on his sort of podcast yesterday, that basically this sort of time, this period of games takes out the sort of pretenders and sort of shows us who are the real deals in terms of teams that are actually going to compete for silverware come the end of the season. We can park up Europe tomorrow with a win. Of course, I do expect us to finish as group winners, and I think tomorrow if we win and the other game ends in a draw, we'll finish first in the group. We win tomorrow, we qualify, but as I said, you want to finish as group winners as it gets you a bye straight to the round of 16. You can park Europe up till March, and then we can just focus on the League Cup and the Premier League most importantly, and not worry about Europe, pick it up come March of next year. But very, very interesting indeed, and I'm really looking forward to that game against Lask again. I'm really, really excited watching Liverpool at this moment in time. So consistent, we just look like a real good outfit, and this Liverpool 2.0 is honestly fantastic to watch. In fact, in terms of Lask tomorrow, as I said, I'm not going to dive too much into it. It's not a preview video as such, but they have been in sort of traffic light formation recently since we did beat them 3-1 back on the 22nd of September. They currently do sit third in their sort of domestic league, 5 points behind RB Salzburg, and they did get a win at the weekend there as they beat, I don't know the pronunciation of the team, but they beat an Austrian side called WSJ Trial 1-0, and that goal came through their captain. So going into this one in a winning with a winning feeling. However, I do fully expect us to go out there, bounce back, and get back to winning ways, especially at Anfield under the lights against Lask. But in other news, guys, as I said, look, it's not every day you sort of hear Premier League revelations with regards to things, and the latest one is with regards to sin bins. Yes, sin bins apparently, reportedly, could be introduced to the Premier League as early as next season. A new report has claimed sin bins could be introduced to the Premier League. The move, which would arguably be the biggest rule change in football since the alteration of the offside law, is set to be introduced into professional football, reports from the Telegraph. He added, IFAB have agreed in principle to testing the rugby-style measure in elite competitions, such as the Premier League, potentially as early as next season. In rugby union, if players are shown a yellow card, they must leave the field for 10 minutes. This is a tweet from Dale Johnson, and this is what's said about the IFAB meeting in short. Trial of only captain being able to approach the referee in certain major game situations, sin bins for dissent and specific tactical offences to be trialled at a higher level, stricter applications of the law for mass confrontations. In football, sin bins have been trialled across England, including on Merseyside. Rumsby writes, have worked successfully at tackling dissent for many years at grassroots and youth level. This is true to some extent, though personal experience for many of you reading this will tell you there are still plenty of problems. The temporary dismissals last 10 minutes and are usually applied in cases of dissent. Whether this would be the same in the Premier League remains to be seen. The report adds it is understood that the trial will extend to cynical fouls, with one example understood to be Italy defender Giorgio Chiellini's shirt pawn England's Bukayo Saka in the Euro 2020 final, which resulted in a yellow card only. The measure would equate to an orange card and see offences deemed worthy of greater punishment than a booking, but not quite meet the threshold of a sending off clamped down. This may benefit Liverpool, as the Reds have often been known for not being willy enough in comparison with other teams. Should these cynical fouls be clamped down on, far more counter-attacking opportunities could arise using the pace of Luis Diaz, Mo Salah and Darwin Núñez. The process of introducing sin bins is clearly still in the early stages and will no doubt cause mixed reaction. Do let me know, though, down there in the comment section below if you are for them. It's an interesting one. I didn't think in 2023 there was going to be more rules added to the game. I know we've seen sort of VAR coming, we've seen offside rules be changed about, but this one would be a huge, huge revelation. This would be change the the ethos of football as how we know it. It's always been a yellow card and always been a red card ever since I've been alive. So to see these players go off for 10 minutes and have a sin bin would be really interesting. Would be an interesting watch. But as I said, it doesn't mean that if you get 2 yellow cards, then of course you just go into the sin bin for 10 minutes. There's still going to be sending off for dangerous and foul play. But as I stated there, like sort of Chiellini in the sort of final when he shirt pulled Saka, that would warrant sort of an orange card, where it's not enough to be a red card. That would warrant that sort of thing, dissent and all that sort of things. And I think I'm actually intrigued to see it. Whether it works out or not remains to be seen. That's why a trial will have to be taking place. But I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I don't know if I'm for it or against it, but certainly intrigued whether it would actually work or not. Something that I've not really seen before. I do watch a bit of rugby. It works there, I suppose, but certainly, I could have never imagined it coming into football, and certainly not in 2023. But yeah, interesting stuff there indeed. In other sort of news, guys, Mateusz Miłoski's agent has been getting involved again, as he has now opened up on their contract agreements. Yes, a bit of problems there with regards to that. Bobby Clark, of course, as well, is not expected to be back in action until the new year. That comes from reports from fairly decent sources saying that, yeah, his injuries is going to completely rule him out to the end of the year, despite them saying that he could make a sort of imminent return. But it's a shame, because those Europa League games that we have got coming up against the sort of so-called lesser teams would have been a good opportunity for him. And then, of course, Catalan paper El Nacional has stated that Liverpool are leading the race to sign Florian Wirtz. But, have I said, left wing isn't really something that we actually need, so maybe take that one with a pinch of salt. But yeah, that's all I've really got for you in terms of actual news today. Of course, the main headline today being with regards to the sin bin situation. And of course, tomorrow we have got a game against Lask, which, again, I'm looking forward to. I've actually quite enjoyed the Europa League campaign. I've quite enjoyed seeing the players get mixed around, seeing other players get opportunities, and yeah, I've really enjoyed it. And it's something that I said back in the summer when the draw was made, or in fact at the back end of last season when we actually finished 5th, there was something that I really wanted us to go out and win. Of course, got to the final before, and I think we can compete on all fronts. It's not going to take too much concentration away from us, especially if we win the sort of Europa League group. We'll go straight into first place, and then go into the round of 16, of course, and then we only have to play 3 games, and then we're in a final. So 3 two-legged ties, and we're in a final. So it's something I want to take seriously. It's something I'm actually quite enjoying watching. But yeah, Liverpool fans, do let me know your thoughts with regards to the whole sin bin situation. Would you be for or against it? And then let me know your score predictions for Lask down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.